People testing for the new format, let's take a look at some Tellarknights and Warrocks and some other cool lists. You guys smash the love, crap, and that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So the first list we have here is Ryan App's top 4 finish with frickin' Tellarknights. This is absolutely wonderful. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of Tellarknight Altair, triple copies of Tellarknight Deneb, triple copies of Ukelbach, and then 2 copies of Vega. That's all your monster line. I wish we had better cards, but this is what we're dealing with. We have 1 copy of Called by the Grave, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 copies of Mystic Mind. Since we are playing a older style deck, we are going to have to play some sort of degeneracy here as an attempt to slow down the format. And I know a lot of players might not be happy to see that, but you do what you got to do. We have 2 Prosperity, 1 Rhoda, 2 copies of Skybridge. Then we get into more locals-oriented cards here to basically kind of ease into the format. So we have triple copies of Anti-Spell Fragrance, triple copies of Back to the Front, 1 Imperial Order, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, triple copies of Solemn Strike, and triple copies of Tellarknight Alpha. Down here in the extract, we have 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Gravity Controller, triple copies of Trevere, triple copies of 2 copies of Deltros, 1 Constellar Diamond, 1 copy Utopia the Lightning, 1 Utopia, 1 Exciton Knight, 1 Zeus, 1 Ptolemaeus, 1 Tsukiyomi, and 1 copy of Abyss Dweller. Side deck here, we have 1 Pankratops, 1 Nibiru, triple copies of Dark World No More, triple copies of Twin Twisters, triple copies of Evenly Matched, and 2 copies of Solemn Judgment here, wrapping up more of a standardized control variant of things. And like I said, the degeneracy in the floodgates here will kind of help round out your matchup and make sure that no matter what's going on here, whether or not it be something more degenerate or like you just need to be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! To that regard here. And that's what I like when I look at a deck like Tellarknights. It is really the staples that kind of hold this deck together. And then, you know, when you kind of start grinding out things like Trevere, getting into the hand loop shenanigans here, it's where the real fun begins. And then we also have a first place, I crap you not, a first place Warrock list from DB-YGO here. And I know Warrocks get a lot of crap, especially after their last line of support. A lot of players just literally threw the deck in the trash can. There is still hope here, all right? All the copium in the world here that this deck can get better. So, yes, first place. Whew. We have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. By the way, much like our friends Tellarknight, it's going to be the staples along the way that help us. We have triple copies of Dark World No More, triple copies of Nibiru. Then we have 1 copy of Basileos, triple copies of Fortia, 2 copies of Gactos, 1 Mamad, 2 copies of Meteor Dragon, triple copies of Orpus, 1 copy of Skylar, with 1 copy of Wento. Then we have 1 copy Called by the Grave, 2 Dark Rule No More. The trade-off with playing Dark Rule in this deck is you are a battle phase-oriented deck. You do have to be able to smash through and do what your deck does. All right, the thing is, you're just going to require 2 battle phases to effectively do it. So I think this is fine. We have 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Lightning Storm, triple Extrav, 1 Rhoda, 1 Terraforming. Then we have 2 copies of Dignity, triple copies of Warrock Mountain, 2 copies of Warrock Spirit, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, and triple copies of Solemn Strike, wrapping up the main deck. Extract down here, we have 1 Underworld Closed Goddess, 1 Abomination, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, 1 Isolde, 1 copy of Ferocious Flame Swordsman, 1 Hawk, 1 Boral Sword, 1 Borreload, the 1 copy of Apollosa, the 1 Tornado Dragon, the 1 Emerald, and 2 copies of Abyss Dweller. Actually, it's interesting to see the double Abyss Dweller here. I kind of understand the logic behind this to make sure that you are good to go. Maybe an inclusion of a Zeus over another Dweller wouldn't be a bad idea, but considering the fact this whole deck just spams on top of each other and just builds boards and goes, kind of interesting, actually. Next list we have for you guys here is Rayma Harugton's current in-testing build. I talked to a few people. They sent me some of the things that they're kind of testing along the way here. And, you know, with the loss of tanky Tri-Brigade variants, you know, Ancient Warrior and some of the other variants, kind of fell to the wayside. And unfortunately, they're kind of limping on legs right now. So some of the ideas that people are testing out here, I also wanted to include in this video because it goes to show that the ideas are flowing. People are coming up with cool, creative ideas. And we are still seeing, decks like this are still functioning even with one Tenki around. So we have one copy of Barrier Statue of Storm Winds. We have one Autorix, two copies of Augustus. Remember, please don't try to play more than 2 Augustus. You're just going to have a bad time. We have one Quest, triple Gamma, 2 copies of Rescue Cat, triple copies of Rescue Rabbit, 2 copies of Test Tiger, triple copies of Fractal, 2 Karis, 2 copies of Kit, 2 copies of Nerval, triple copies of Ondel with 1 driver. Then we have 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Tenki, triple copies of Glider Beast Comeback, triple copies of Proving Ground, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 Unexpected Die, and 1 World Legacy Succession. Down here in the extra deck, we have the 1 copy of Shirog, 1 copy of Rugal, 1 Frigette, 2 copies of Test Panther, 1 Samorg, the 1 Almirage, the 1 Link Spider, the 1 Apollosa, the 2 Tamer Editor, 1 Heraclinos, 1 Harry Gary, and 2 copies of Dominitas here, wrapping up the Gladiator Beast Tri-Brigade. I'm also going to leave a link down below to Raymond's channel that you guys can go show him some love. He's been exploring all sorts of cool variants and ideas out here for Gladiator Beast. I think it's always awesome to see what kind of cool ideas that other players are circulating around, because at the end of the day, it's still Gladiator Beast, right? The deck still has issues, but anytime somebody out here has a good time, I mean, we've seen a good couple of tops from Raymond out of last format pre-Tenki hit, so I think that this is just the beginning for this. Next up here, this list will be relevant in 2 weeks. This is actually Joel Miller's current testing version of Stardust Synchron post-Crossout Designator. Yes, I know this deck is playing 47 cards, but we're also playing the Psi Reflector package in here because being able to step up even easier through our ladders is what we really care about. All right, and I do like this a lot. Like, don't underestimate how much value Double E-Telly just gave to Psi Reflector. So we have triple copies of Junk Synchron, triple copies of Stardust Synchron, 2 copies of Cyber Synchron, 1 Quick Draw Synchron, 1 Floor Synchron, 1 copy Synchron Carrier, triple copies of the Kligo Clawcrow, 1 copy of Doppelware, triple copies of Junk Converter, the 1 Converging Wishes Dragon, 1 Brotar, the 1 copy Psi Reflector, 1 Assault Beast, 1 Effect Veiler, and 1 Nibiru. You see all the back cards you have to play in your deck now? We have 1 Arrive and Light, 1 Black Garden, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 2 Synchro Overtake, 1 Call by the Grave, triple copies of Living Fossil, 1 Monster Reborn, triple Tuning, triple Crossout Designator with 2 E-Telly, 1 1-for-1, 2 Solemn Judgment, 1 Assault Mode Activate, and 1 copy of Infinite Permanence. Down in the next deck, we have 1 Double Star Shaman, 1 copy of Martial Metal, 1 Herald, 1 Junk Warrior, 1 Hyper Librarian, 1 Excel Synchron, 1 Garden Rose Maiden, 1 Power Tool, 1 Junk Speeder, the 1 Crystal Wing, the 1 Chaos Roller, the 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, 1 Dawn Dragster, the 1 Shooting Majestic Star Dragon, and the 1 Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Side deck here we have 1 Harvey's Featherduster, 2 Twin Twisters, 2 Forbidden Droplets, 2 Dark Royal No More, triple evenly matched, 1 Solemn Judgment, triple Solemn Strike, and 1 copy of IO. Wrapping up, yes, Stardust Turbo. Alright, like I said, Psi Reflector in this deck now. E-Telly really gave this deck a whole nother level of push. I'm super excited, truthfully, to see what actually comes out of this here in the near future. Maybe there'll be other decks besides this one that will get some love. And the last list I have for you guys is Azzy's current testing Thunder list. We actually can make Curious and then go into Griffin to reset the Imperial Order at the end of the Thunder combo. Isn't that actually kind of exciting? We have triple copies of Gamma, 1 Driver, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, and triple copies of Space Rock, triple copies of Alistair the Invoker, triple copies of Thunder Dragon, triple copies of Thunder Dragon Dark, 1 Dragon Hawk, triple copies of Thunder Dragon Roar with 1 Dragon Doe, 1 Chaos Creator, 1 Clap Serpent, and the 1 Wyvern Buster. Spells here, we have triple Allure, triple copies of Chaos Space. This card is actually the future of the game. This is only a matter of time till something crazy comes out of this. We have triple copies of Magical Meltdown, 2 copies of Invocation, 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Fusion, 1 Gold Sark, and 1 copy of everybody's favorite Imperial Order. And then we have down here in the extra deck 1 Almirage, 1 The Invoker, 1 copy of Alamda, 1 Verte Anaconda, 1 Boral Sword, 1 Curious, 1 Griffin, 1 Chaos Roller, 2 copies of Titan, 2 Makaba, 1 Agoides, and 2 copies of Kaliga. Then we have 1 Pinkertops, triple Drone Lockbird, triple Forbidden Droplet, 1 Arby's Featherduster, 1 Raigeki, triple Twin Twister, and triple copies of frickin' Summon Limit here. Wrapping up a chunk of early tournament reports a interesting chunk of some ideas the players are testing out here. And I do want to open up the floor to you guys. If you guys have any interesting local results for the early ban list, please send them on over. I would absolutely love to peek these. So guys, please leave a comment down below to me what you guys think. Smash the love of crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And I will see your beautiful faces back here later on the day with some more cool, awesome content. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out Vanquill40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by Vanquill40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mquillgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.